Hey guys, I work for a siding company, so today I'm going to demonstrate how to lay out and cut panels for this residential building. First, the installer is going to go up onto the building, put some trim up, and then grab some numbers for you. Right here, I have some numbers. This is the panel we'll be cutting today. So the installer draws a picture of what the panel is going to look like. This is going to be the width on the bottom and the length on the side. It's going to have two cutouts for little wires and an outlet, and then these are all the measurements for them. So we make sure we have a factory for the bottom and a factory for this side, so it fits really nice in the trim. And the bottom for this is 15 1/4. Each panel for this project is going to have a screw line pattern. So for this project, it's going to be one screw for every foot. So we have a template laid out. It's got little marks on it so we know where to put the screws. It's going to go for 4 inches from the left and 4 inches from the right, so I'll show you later. It matches right up with all the other ones. So now this one is 95 1/4 long. We'll measure that twice so we can make a nice straight line. And again, 15 1/4 on the top, but I'm gonna do 4 for our screw lines, and I'm gonna do an 11 1/4 for our screw lines. 15 1/4. And now I'm gonna lay it all out. So, what do we got? Match it up. And then we're gonna mark the screw lines so they know where to put the screws when they put it right on the wall. Make little T's so we can drill it, and it's easier for them to put the screw right in, and it'll go right into the building. One row. Alright, so now we've got our panel all lined up. It's got little screw marks right there for the guys so they can see where they go. This panel is going to get 2 little holes. One's for an outlet, this one's for the outlet, and this one's for a light. So that's going to be the wire. That little circle is the center of the hole, so I'm going to measure that up now. Okay, for the center of the hole now, I'm measuring up. It says 74, so I'm looking for... Right here, I'm going to measure on the outside so I don't mark the panel. And now it's saying the other center is going to be over 5 7/8. I'm going to come back up here to my mark, and I'm going to measure 5 7/8. Now for the outlet, I've measured out the sides. I'm just going to measure the top and the bottom. The bottom is 14 7/8. So I'm going to mark that right there. And the top is 18 7/8. So I'm going to mark that right here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Oops. So now on the other side I got 14 7/8, and I got 18 7/8. So now what I'm going to do is draw a straight line across. So we can cut that out nice. So now you can see we have our panel all laid out. We got the outlet right there. This screw hole right here, I'm not going to do because it's less than 1 inch from the actual cut, and it would be a problem for them when they put the outlet on. So we got that, and then we got the circle up here. So that's the center of our hole. It's going to be a 4 1/4 hole. I have a nice drill bit that'll work that out. So I got 15 1/4 wide and 95 1/4 long. All laid out. I can start to cut it. So I'm going to grab the saw. This is a hardy material, so make sure we have the hardy blade right on there. There's a little guard. Make sure it's down until you're ready to cut. Then, so gotta have the proper PPE. So I'm gonna put my face mask on, got my helmet, my glasses. Now we can start cutting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide this down so maybe you can get a better view. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to lift this guard up, and then we're going to cut. Cut along the lines that we laid out. When you're cutting this, you want to make sure that your blade is on the outside of this line. So if you ever mess up, you're going to be on the line where you don't need the panel, and you don't mess up the panel that you just laid out. You don't ruin material. I'm going to lift the guard up. I'm going to press the button, and then I'm just going to follow that straight line through. So now I'm going to be cutting out this outlet, and I'm going to start by marking it very carefully with this skill saw. So I line my blade up right there, and then I'm going to start it. Now I started a mark, and now I'm going to use the jigsaw, and I'm going to go around and cut that out. With the jigsaw, you want to be careful that you're not on the table, and you want to make sure that this is flat to wherever you're cutting, otherwise it'll jump, and you definitely don't want that. So we make sure it's on, and then we can start. So what I like to do is I'm going to come in and start going at an angle, so this way I can put my blade right here, and then I can cut a straight line this way. Then I'm going to come back and do it. I'm probably going to come this way, and then I'm going to cut this line. Now we're going to start drilling all of those holes we made with our template. And I'm going to screw the center of this 4 1/4 inch hole. So next we're going to make that hole, the 4 1/4. I'm going to switch this little drill bit out for this nice one we got. That's makes it so much easier, otherwise we would be doing it with the jigsaw. So just loosen this up, and we're going to put this in. So I'm going to tighten it up, make sure it's in there. Don't want it loose and flopping around. Once it clicks, it should be good. So now that we've got everything cut, we've got our little hole up top, we've got our hole in the bottom, everything's all set, lined up, we got the screw holes. We're going to paint these edges so that no rain or snow will damage them, so this paint's going to give it a nice seal on the edges. Now the last step is to just spray it with some cleaner, and we can send it off. Clean it up, make sure those edges are dry for them, and then we can pass it off to the installer, and I'll put it on the wall.